Washington is very polarized based on whether people like Donald Trump or don't like Donald Trump. I'm a policy wonk. I'm Dan Mitchell with the Center for Freedom and Prosperity. And frankly, I don't care about the politics. I just look at government policy. So when Donald Trump does something I like, lower taxes, deregulation, unleashing American energy, I say and write good things about it. But when he does something I don't like, I do feel obliged to point out how it might negatively affect the American economy and American families. Today's video is going to be about trade. And so, as you might imagine, I'm not going to be very favorable about what the president is doing. His Liberation Day tariffs are a direct threat to the American economy, a huge tax increase. And the fundamental problem is that there's nothing wrong with a trade deficit. We have trade deficits with lots of countries because guess what? We're bigger and richer than almost every country in the world. So of course we can afford to buy more from other countries than they can afford to buy from us. But there's something even more important. We have a trade deficit in large part because we have a capital surplus. When foreigners earn dollars by selling things to Americans, they have two choices what to do with that money. They can either use those dollars to buy American products, and we are one of the world's biggest exporters, so we do have a lot of foreigners buying things that are made and produced in America, but also they have another choice. They can choose to use those dollars to invest in the U.S. economy. And as you can see on the screen, there's basically a mirror relationship between trade deficits and capital surpluses. It is good. It is a sign of America's strength that foreigners want to plow money into U.S. financial markets. They want to buy real estate. They want to buy stocks. They want to buy bonds. They are helping to fuel American capital markets, which means more growth, higher productivity, better wages for American workers. The fundamental mistake that the Trump administration made is that they based their higher taxes completely on whether or not another country has a trade surplus or a trade deficit with the United States. Every single week, I have a trade deficit with my local supermarket. I'm always going up and buying food from them, and never once in my life has my local supermarket ever bought something from me. Is that a bad thing? Of course not. It's a voluntary exchange. We're both better off. And the same thing is true whether we're talking about me buying something from another state or whether we're talking about me buying something from another country. According to the Index of Economic Freedom, there are 60 plus countries that are more free trade than the United States. Did Donald Trump exempt them from his trade barriers? Did he exempt them from his Liberation Day tariffs? No. Let's also look at some charts showing what experts are predicting in terms of the economic effects. Whether you're looking at the Tax Foundation estimates or other economists who have measured these things, the economic consequences of this are very negative. Pro-trade lawmakers on Capitol Hill need to step up. Some of them, like Senator Rand Paul, have made a point of trying to curtail this unilateral authority that the president has to impose massive tax increases.
This is contrary to everything our country was founded upon. One person is not allowed to raise taxes. The Constitution forbids it.
But other Republicans who normally, historically, are pro-trade need to join him. We have a fundamental imbalance in our political system where over the years, Congress has given a lot of unilateral trade authority to the president. This is bad for the economy, but Republicans need to step up because it's going to be bad for them politically. Republicans, after they voted for the Smoot-Hawley tariff, got wiped out in the next election. Voters don't want a slower economy. They don't want to have to pay more for basic products. They don't want to lose their jobs. What we need is free trade. Free trade has been great for America. We want economic growth. We want economic dynamism. We want economic efficiency. And if you throw sand in the gears of the global economy, it doesn't make sense any more than it would make sense to have trade barriers between American states. That's the fundamental message of this video. Protectionism is the wrong approach. Economic freedom is the right approach. Thank you for watching. I'm Dan Mitchell with the Center for Freedom and Prosperity.